Happy Thursday, guys. KevTech here. Great news from Bluesound. They just announced the 10th anniversary Node, and other than it being silver, they've got some nice updates. Let's get into it. If you're not familiar with the Node, been around for a little while in the family of Bluesound. A high-res streamer that's wireless, can be wired, but also wireless. And it's great because it has MQA, it's rune ready, and this can communicate with your other Bluesound devices, which is really cool. So I'm a big fan. Had the current Node for a little while, and this announcement to signify and celebrate their 10th anniversary, the Node X. The Node 10, I'm going to call it the X, the Node X. Comes in silver, and it's got a few new features. It's not just that it's a limited edition, so you're paying more for that, and it comes in silver, although the silver does look really nice. But the features that they've upgraded, number one, it's got a new DAC. It's got a ESS 9028Q2M Sabre DAC, which is an upgraded DAC. I listened to these side by side, and I could definitely hear the difference. I felt like the clarity, the noise floor dropped. Just overall better DAC. I mean, you could hear it right out of the box. No break-in required between the current Node 130 model number, and that one's not going away, by the way. And this new model, by the way, is the N131, but I definitely noticed a difference. So improved DAC, which is really cool. Anytime you have an outboard processor that you're hooking up to, say, an integrated amp or a receiver or something, it's really nice to have an outboard product that's new and cutting edge. The second feature that's really an improvement on this limited edition is that headphone amplifier, this new quarter-inch input. So more than likely, if you've got a high-end hi-fi set of headphones, you've got that quarter-inch, screw it on or pop it in to take advantage of that quarter-inch size. You'll do that, and then that's what the input is, up from the 2.5 millimeter on the current Node. But it's not just a new size input. You get a new THX achromatic audio amplifier, and just a touch on a spec, it's a patent feed-forward error correction topology that nulls conventional distortion mechanisms. It has a reduction in harmonic intermodulation crossover distortion by up to 40 dB, resulting in a realistic fatigue-free listening experience. This also has some power efficiency, so for your wireless devices while listening with this obviously isn't a wireless device, but it takes advantage of that as well. But what I noticed immediately when I did a side-by-side comparison was the current Node, I had it at about 90% volume in the app, in the Bluesound app. When I switched over to the Node X, immediately it was like half the volume. So if I'm at 90% volume on the current Node, in the Node X, I'm only at like 50%. So I think that's where that distortion difference is. The specs, and you can go to thx.com to see the achromatic audio amplifier specs, and I can put that down in the link in the description here, this video. But at 40 dB, I was probably at 90% on my volume scale. I'm probably only at 50% on the Node X. 90 minus 50 is 40. I think that's where that 40 dB distortion, it may not be the volume is lower or higher, it's that the distortion is dropped so much that you don't have to turn it up as much. So big fan of that. You headphone guys and gals, you will really appreciate that. I highly recommend the THX AAA, as we're going to call it. feature that's plugged into this new Node X. The third feature that's an upgrade from the current Node 130 is the remote. You get the RC1 remote. If this remote looks familiar, this is the same remote that comes with the Masters Edition NAD M10V2. So it's the same remote. It's fairly simple candy bar style remote. It's got the volume up and down. It's got the mute. It's got the play, pause, forward and backward there. You also can control kind of the lighting on the unit there. But it's also got 10 programmable buttons as well. That you do that inside the Bluesound app, the BlueOS app. And it's pretty easy to program. So those are your three main features. Like I say, the silver looks great too to commemorate that 10th anniversary. If you're interested, like I say, it is limited edition, so we've got limited quantities. Reach out if you want to purchase one of those. $750, right at $749 to be exact. Right at 150 more than the current Node, like I said, which is not going away, but this one is limited edition. If you're interested, reach out. Would love to sell you one of those. And hey, comment. Let me know if you got any comments or got any questions. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks.